Up in the morning edition, health officials taking a serious look at rapid testing and how it can be used in the country.
We must prepare ourselves to embrace this new form of testing.
Meantime, concerns mounting in Bimini as that island is seeing new COVID cases.
I feel that presidents have let their guards down because we were doing so well for so long.
And we are one community campaign being launched today. We'll have details for you when the morning edition comes back.
First, it's more than just our name, more than just our achievements. It's our nature, and it's where we put our customers. At Bahamas First, we've refreshed our look, but our nature remains the same. We design insurance solutions that protect our customers from life's uncertainties, whatever they may be. We equip you for the future so that you can recover stronger. Bahamas First, what's first for you comes first for us.
We are doing everything we can to make sure that the patients are safe.
The Baptist Health System has an infrastructure and protocols to make sure that you continue to have the care that you deserve.
We're caregivers. This is what we signed up to do. We show up and we take care of those that are in need.
Providing care with my patients that I would want for my own family member.
Come into the hospital if you need that care.
What matters most is your health. Be proactive about it.
Son, as you're waking up this Monday morning to fair conditions on the outside with some showers possible today. Also, a cold front is approaching the northern Bahamas through tonight. Weather generally sunny and warm today, becoming fair and mild with stray showers possible tonight. Well, after that long weekend, you should be hitting the streets at about now, and traffic should be building at this hour. Lloyd Allen and team on the streets.
The traffic report is sponsored by Bahamas First. First in insurance. Today, tomorrow.
Good morning, Desmond, and good morning, Bahamas. It's a great start to your Monday morning. This morning, we are giving you your first look at traffic. We're coming in near the Edmund Moxie Park. This is on Blue Hill Road. As you can see, traffic is nice and smooth in this area. No obstacles, and so of course motorists should be able to access their various destinations without any hiccups. This morning we're also speaking with Corporal Patrick Camp from the Royal Bahamas Police Force Traffic Division, who's giving us an update on developments over the weekend.
Good morning, Mr. Island, and good morning, Bahamas. Within the last 24 hours or so, we've had some 3 accidents, and I'm proud to say that none of those accidents included injuries. They were minor accidents. And that's it. 1 accident is too much. But 3 accidents within a 24-hour period, I'm going to keep encouraging persons out there to drive with due care and attention. It is definitely a good amount of accident to report for this morning.
And moving forward, Camp, so we've been talking a lot about the fellas who drive these scooters and other motorcycles around town. And while that's, their choice, talked about some of the challenges that are arising as a result of their interaction with other motorists.
Ms. Island, we've noticed a significant increase in a lot of these persons riding these scooters through the city. And it's becoming a problem in that they are riding in a reckless and in a dangerous manner. And it appears as if these persons have no regard for their safety, their lives, or the lives and safety of other persons. And I'm gonna speak directly to those riders and tell them they need to tone it down. They need to observe the law, uphold the law, and do what's right according to the riding ability on these streets. A lot of these persons, they would get in an accident because their motorcycles, particularly are not licensed or insured. They tend to leave the scene. And I'm also going to encourage persons to try your best not to engage with these individuals. Again, I'm going to encourage you that if you're in an accident, you should remain on the scene. However, If person decides that they're going to leave, get as much information as you can so that you can pass that information on to us so that we can have more than sufficient information to apprehend the suspects, if not at that time, at a later date.
Now, of course, we are in a technology era, and many persons travel with their cellular devices. This is definitely an opportunity where drivers may want to take out their cell phones and begin recording.
It's a good time to take out your cell device and to record an activity that goes against good morals. Persons tend to record out of foolishness. Well, if you get in an accident in this regard, and especially if the person appears as if they're going to leave the scene, take out your phone and record. Get as much information, because you'll be surprised to know how that information can help us to conclude a traffic offense, especially with these persons who tend to leave the scene. And by the way, in most cases, if you can, if for a brief moment you're able to tail an offender, call 919, remain on the phone with them, and give them the update. Police control tend to pass that information on to us in real time, in which we're able to effectively do our job. If you get disconnected, please call back again. It's very important that we engage to help one another. All right? The more information I get, it's better for me in concluding my job.
And so the reminder is, it's not a chase that police are asking you to go on, but as much information as you can get as you temporarily follow that person to provide that update to police so that they can then in turn make the necessary adjustments and track down those would-be offenders. Of course, this has been your initial Monday morning traffic update. Again, coming in near the Edmund Moxie complex. For the morning edition, Lloyd Allen, ZNS Network News.
Now to your top stories of the day. The Ministry of Health taking a look at COVID-19 testing in the Bahamas and how it can introduce the rapid antigen testing. This comes as COVID-19 cases are on the rise in some family islands. Minister of Health, Renard Wells, on what's being considered.
A policy has been developed and ratified by the Ministry of Health, EOC, for rapid antigen testing and will soon be disseminated to the public. The saliva direct test is being rolled out in Bimini, Abaco, Exuma, Eleuthera, Grand Bahama, and New Providence. I am happy to report that we anticipate using the test in the current mission to Exuma. We must prepare ourselves to embrace this new form of testing.
Meantime, a team remains on the ground in Exuma, carrying an assessment of that island's growing number of COVID-19 cases. The health team has been on the island since Friday and will continue their works right into Wednesday. The health minister shares what's being done.
That team will meet with the island administrators, assist the local healthcare team on the ground, identify the local behaviors and practices, determine the geographical representation of COVID-19 cases on the island, inspect government quarantine sites, isolate the challenges and concerns, host virtual meetings to capture the concerns of the community, and recommend a way forward to control the spread of COVID-19 on the island of Exuma.
Also, health surveillance teams continue to keep a close watch on the islands of Bimini, Andros, Exuma, and Eleuthera that have seen increases in COVID-19 cases. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Pearl McMillan says COVID-19 has placed significant challenges on the healthcare system despite a decrease in admissions. However, she confirms there are resources to cover the family islands.
Certainly, New Providence is our hub, and as it relates to persons who become infected with COVID-19, we have to monitor those persons for symptoms. That places stress or excess, I would say, duties and responsibilities on the healthcare teams on the ground. And as these persons deteriorate, we then need to ensure that they are managed until we are able to actually bring them out of the particular island, and of course that is at a cost. We have in place a system where we have air evacuation, but of course it is a requirement for that process that you stabilize the person, and you have to wait until you are able to bring that person out.
Over in Bimini, a recent large social gathering garnered the attention of the Member of Parliament for West End, Grand Bahama and Bimini, Pakeisha Parker Edgecombe. In a statement, Parker Edgecombe pointed out that having went through a very challenging start at the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, she's concerned that Bimini residents have let their guards down. She indicated there appears to be an increase in social gatherings, as well as increased numbers of people traveling to Bimini from other parts of the country. This is why she's appealing to all individuals in Bimini to strongly re-engage in the COVID-19 health and safety protocols. She also cited the need for a stronger presence from law enforcement and health officials. The West End Grand Bahama and Bimini MP stated that efforts over the past few months have resulted in minimum cases being recorded in Bimini, and residents cannot afford for that to change at this most critical stage in the fight against COVID-19 here at home and worldwide. Well, we also spoke to Allen Administrator Cleola Pinder about concerns of growing COVID-19 cases in Bimini. The most recent dashboard from the Ministry of Health put COVID-19 cases for Bimini and Cat Key at 74.
We've worked so hard to keep the numbers down. I feel that persons have let their guards down because we were doing so well for so long. But I just want to encourage the residents of Bimini to please adhere to the COVID-19 emergency order protocols. If you have to go out, wear your mask, practice social distancing, and wash your hands frequently. You know, we've installed hand sanitizers throughout the community, so persons really have no excuse. When you walk into a store, they're there. When you come to the government complex, it's outside the police station, the post office.
Now, during the first wave, the island underwent a 2-week lockdown back in May. Administrator Pinder is asking residents to do what is required to keep the numbers down.
Want persons to please practice the protocols that have been established. Bimini is feeling the pinch economically. And if we don't control or reduce the spread of this deadly virus, our economy will take even longer to open. So please, Biminites and residents, I beg you, adhere to the emergency powers established. It was put in place to save lives.
We'll stay with the Morning Edition. We have much more coming up for you this Monday morning. Stay close.
Guess who's back? Yours truly on the OT. Starting Monday, November 9th at 9 a.m. on 1540 a.m., 104.5 FM, and on the ZNES television network. Starting once again November 9th. We'll be going Mondays and Wednesdays. We may be in COVID, but nothing stops this show. The OT is back.
ZNS is everywhere you are when you download the new ZNS app. Watch our live channel to keep up with what's going on in the nation. News updates, we've got you covered. Tune into our radio stations with just a swipe. On the road, on the go, we're here with you. Available for download on the App Store and the Google Play Store.
During this pandemic, it's our duty to ensure that all citizens, residents, and visitors are adhering to the COVID-19 safety protocol. Every person shall practice physical distance between themselves and others who are not of the same household of no less than 6 feet. I am Ambassador Amanda Edgecombe of the COVID-19 Enforcement Unit. Save a life that may be your own.
This message brought to you by the Ministry of National Security in conjunction with the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
This public service announcement was brought to you by the Magistrates Court, Canoe, and the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
The Anglican Diocese of the Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands will hold its 117th session of the Diocesan Synod starting today and running through Thursday. The Synod is the annual general meeting of the diocese, and this year's session will focus on the age-old truth that God is still God and the Church is still the Church, no matter the challenges the world may face. The Synod will convene with the customary opening Eucharist at 4:30 this afternoon at Christ Church Cathedral. Diocesan Bishop, the Right Reverend Leish Boyd, will deliver his annual charge. The public is invited to attend, with the service honoring all of the standard COVID-19 protocols. The service will be broadcast live on the ZNS television and radio network. Well, officials from the Small Business Development Center say response to the grant program for small business owners has been tremendous, with entrepreneurs across the country signing up for the initiative. The program, which was announced by the Prime Minister last week, provides up to $5,000 in loans and grants to small business owners. Director of the Small Business Development Center, Davinia Grant, on the program.
We expected a few hundred applications. Up until the date that the application closed, there were about 870 applications. Hence, we were happy that the government approved expanding the program from $500,000 to $1 million. Keep in mind, with $1 million in persons requesting, on average, very close to that $5,000 limit, you're talking about just over 200 individuals that will be approved for that program.
Grant also provided details on the approval process for persons wishing to sign up.
We have an approval committee that includes the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce as well as the Bahamas Venture Fund and the SBDC. And so those approval meetings have already started, gone through some of the family islands first. There's a certain amount for New Providence, a certain amount for Grand Bahama, and we've definitely reserved enough for each of the other islands that have applied. So we're happy that 12 islands will be represented in the approvals for this process.
Well, like many organizations, the COVID-19 pandemic has changed the way day-to-day operations at the Salvation Army are carried out. Divisional Commander Clarence Ingram says in an effort to accommodate social distancing, the food distribution program has moved to a voucher process to eliminate the number of people needed to prepare food. He says those who need assistance are now sending emails to the agency, and once approved, they are given an appointment to collect. Ingram says amidst the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, the agency has been feeding approximately 500 families a month.
We are really struggling for the average donor, which would drop by and help us to provide funds for just daily operations. We do have some special donors that have stepped up to the plate to help us with the pandemic food programs, and that's been really appreciated because we wouldn't be able to do it without them, of course. To try and supply 500 families a month after month, is a very expensive process.
Ingram says the agency also continues to feed approximately 50 homeless people daily.
It's a challenge to find enough income to keep the program going, but so far we have managed. And we do see that there may be a slightly reduced number some days, and it's taken a little while, but they're getting better at social distancing. We did have a donor dropped by with a large number of masks for them so that when the homeless come by, if they need a mask, they can get one from here.
It's a significant undertaking. Every week, thousands of families are assisted to help with challenges of the times. In this first of a three-part series, we introduce you to one local philanthropist who says she has seen the need and is rolling her sleeves up to help. We introduce you to Sally Venturin.
Her NGO has been nicknamed Sally's Army. Around 30 volunteers making the commitment week after week to feed no less than 100 families. Since April, Sally Van Toren, along with a team of supporters, have been going door to door in some of the most economically challenged communities in the capital, seeking to offer hope, food, and care to those in need.
I've lived here all my life. I've been here since I was 5, so to me this is just normal. But if there is a pandemic or like after Dorian, I'm just helping people that I've grown up with. And there are people in need, and we're all very happy to help these people. I have some incredibly kind and helpful friends. It has cost us $26,000 a month to feed 100 families.
Sally says following an initial assessment during the week, her team determines the level of need for each family and whether her organization is the best fit for them. Then they go back to the drawing board to begin the process of packing, sorting, hauling, and personally handing over the much-needed package. They include non-perishables, toiletries, masks, and even clothing to some who say Sally is their last choice.
I pay for the Wildflower team and for Kazi, and I pay for all the masks. If we don't get them given, I pay for masks. And there is absolutely no office expenses whatsoever. If it ever arrives that there is, I pay for them personally.
Sally adds whether items are donated or not, she has committed to the effort.
We have spent well over $250,000 and rising because of every week. We've been doing it since April the 10th, and we continue to do it as long as I get funds.
It is said that more hands make the work lighter. Using that principle, Sally has even dug into her pockets to offer temporary support and employment to workers from Wildflowers Events and Occasions Company to assist with the Mammoth Task, which operates from Tuesday to Saturday.
My friends Tony and Natalie Appleyard have very kindly since April, and will continue to do so, have lent me the Wildflower trucks and vans, including the gas that goes with it, and their tea. So I rehired 10 people from Wildflower every week, and they told me about Kazi Ellis, who is their coordinator and their party planner. So I've taken him on very gratefully because they're wonderful, and he plans the whole structure of it and the team, and he then does the work during the week.
Tomorrow, we go on one-on-one with Kazi Ellis, who will take us through the planning and execution of this wave of support, which continues to stand by the belief, if they need help, we give it. For the morning edition, Lloyd Allen, ZNS Network News.
Well, great work there. Coming up, we are live for the launch of the One Bahamas campaign when the morning edition returns after this.
During this pandemic, it is our duty to ensure that all citizens, residents, and visitors are adhering to the COVID-19 safety protocol. Restaurants may operate utilizing curbside pickup, drive-thru, takeaway, or delivery. Any establishment who allows the entry of any person not wearing a mask is liable upon a summary conviction to a fine of $500. I am Ambassador Ashanti Ruko of the COVID-19 Enforcement Unit. Save a life that may be your own.
This message brought to you by the Ministry of National Security in conjunction with the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
Welcome back. Renovations to historic Southern Recreation grounds now complete. An official opening ceremony is set for this morning. The scope of the work includes a new basketball court, facilities for volleyball, new playground equipment, and more green spacing. Also completed is the installation of Wi-Fi and the installation for CCTV cameras. Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Dr. Bimini, is expected to officially open the newly renovated grounds at 10 this morning. We move now to the Edmund Moxie Center, where the One Bahamas campaign, spearheaded by the Ministry of National Security, is being launched. Lloyd Allen on the scene. Good morning, Lloyd.
So we talked about it last week, and it's finally here. Good morning again, Desmond. Good morning, Bahamas. We're here at the Edmund Moxie Community Center, and we're talking this morning with Superintendent Wilton Johnson. He's the coordinator for the National Neighborhood Watch Council, joined by a team of people bringing this project to life. Welcome to the morning edition. Talk to us about what things are looking like this morning. Over 130 neighborhood watch groups around the country teaming up with this initiative.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Lloyd, and good morning, Bahamas. Of course, all the event, it kicks off today. Of course, we have from Abaco in the north to Inago in the south. But even though there may not be neighborhood watch in all these family islands, we ask them to get and be engaged in this initiative as well. We have neighborhood watch in Grand Bahama, Abaco, and Eleuthera. And of course, because of the pandemic, we were not able to get to all the islands that we wanted to get. But this initiative is far beyond just with the neighborhood watches in these particular family islands. We are so excited that this day has finally come, and we are about to do something wonderful in our country, bringing healing during the time of crisis. And let me tell you something, my liaison officers in Grand Bahama and Abaco and Eleuthera, they're all excited about what is going to take place starting today. Everybody's on board. We can't keep up with the T-shirts. We can't keep up with all the excitement that's going on, and you'll hear more about that from Shelley and Laquelle. But let me tell you something, Mr. Lloyd and Bahamas, it's time to get on board because this thing is happening, and it's happening today.
And that's definitely true. We are one. So Shelley Lewis, again, you're the coordinator for this major initiative. What are things looking like here at the Edmund Moxie Park today?
Lloyd, I am so excited. Well, good morning, Bahamas. I am so excited today. You know, we've finally reached this milestone. Today is the official launch, as Superintendent Johnson just mentioned. And today we are going to be here at the Edmund Moxie Center. And it's going to, like I said, it's being proclaimed by the Prime Minister, who is our keynote speaker. He will officially launch this initiative today. And it's being heard throughout the entire length and breadth of the Bahamas. Now, we must bear in mind, based on social distancing, only a limited amount of persons are invited to be here today, but it will be streamed live on Facebook, on the Office of the Prime Minister, the Royal Bahamas Police Station website, the National Neighborhood Watch Association website. So you can stream live and enjoy this wonderful launch today that we're about to take place here today. And now I want to introduce you to my Assistant Coordinator Laquelle Johnson, and we've been working around the clock on this initiative, and I'm going to just turn it over to her to let her tell you all the exciting things that we have planned.
Hi, good morning, Bahamas. And so after today, as Shelley mentioned, with the official launch, we have a lineup of wonderful activities. First of all, starting this week, Saturday, is the National Cleanup Day, and so we are urging all communities to get involved in that and just clean up and team up. We, of course, social distancing protocols in place. We're going to have dumpsters and gloves and everything to get our island clean, pristine, and even on the family islands. Thereafter, we're going to have a National Thanksgiving Day for our elderly senior persons, and so we are looking to feed every elderly. That is the goal, to feed all of our elderly in the Bahamas as a give back to show we still care. We are still thinking of you even in this crisis. And also after that, we're going to have the National Neighborhood Day, which is a competition. And so we're going to do that in police divisions. And so with that, we're looking for neighborhoods to think of something creative, something innovative, do something different, maybe a drive-in movie. Just think of something wonderful that you could do in your community. And we're going to have cash prizes for that and a floating trophy. And you get bragging rights to say that your division won for the National Neighborhood Day. Thereafter, we're going to have the 12 Days of Christmas, and that is also a competition as well. And with that, we are looking to light up New Providence, the entire Bahamas. We are going to glow on the Dome and Gloom of 2020. We're going to end right. And we're going to bring the joy of Christmas, the spirit of Jesus Christ over this entire Bahama land through that initiative. So we're asking for all neighborhoods to be involved in that as well. We're going to have pop-in visits where we're going to have giveaways and prizes. I mean, it's just so much to just pack in at this time. And so we're asking all persons to get involved. Oh, most importantly is our National Day of Prayer as well, that we're going to have as well as an initiative.
Well, quite a mouthful there. And so, of course, I'm glad to see that even the children are taking part in this year's initiative, which I'm hearing is going to be an awesome event. So, again, we're reporting here from the Edmund Moxie Park, launching the We Are One campaign. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be online. You definitely want to check it out. For the morning edition, Lloyd Allen on the We Are One team, ZNS Network News.
Well, it's been a great Monday morning so far. Thank you so much for joining us. On behalf of our entire team, I'm Desmond Saunders. Thank you so much for watching the Morning Edition. Have a great day.